opinions and views expressed by individuals during this broadcast are their own and may not be the opinions of this network, their group, or other organization they may be involved with.
Passengers, as you board the plane, please stow your emotional baggage in the overhead compartments and keep your negativity and bad attitude in the space between your legs, the seat below you.
What's up, guys? You showed up and you made it here once again for another daily session here in Tombstone. I am Tombstoner, Wayne Cruz, and I'm here to give you guys a little bit of apple. You know, generally I do 55 minutes of just talk, and with that 55 minutes, generally, let me turn this off. Generally, in that 55 minutes, I cover a barrage of topics. Sometimes I'm just on one topic, sometimes just a story. I'm ill prepared. I have to be very honest. I am ill prepared. I came here today with the mindset of, I'm gonna get out and do my thing. I got my laptop down here. I'm sorry, so forgive me while I sit and keep looking down. I'm not that I'm ill prepared. I'm just not ready to pull off this said miracle that I think that I normally do on Tuesdays. When we wake up in the show, and the whole concept of this show is that we wake up, we talk about topics that are generally pretty crazy, pretty wild. At least that's how it started. Please forgive for the wind. Hopefully my mic is good. The audio is clean. We are out on a highway. We're out on Highway 90 right now. So basically, we're going to get started here. I'm just sending this out there. I'm sharing this out to a few of you guys. You know what? While I'm sharing, why don't we take care of some of this very, 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 very familiar business? It's not the business that we want to take care of, but it's the business that needs to be taken care of while we're looking at this.
Discover the treasure trove of flavors at Miss Jolly's Munchie Factory. Satisfy your cravings with our award-winning treats. Follow us on Instagram at Captain Rogers 705. Let Miss Jolly's Munchie Factory lift your spirits. Experience the comforting embrace of our freshly prepared soups and infused cornbread.
Are you frantically ponding away on your keyboard these days? To discuss your views, share your passions, teach a skill, or share a craft to the masses on social media. Podcasting is a bright light that can help you reach a diverse audience. And the NOK Network can help. Even if you have no experience, NOK Network will work with you to develop your content to air on our diverse network to reach a wide audience, allowing us to grow together. Podcasts are aired on multiple platforms simultaneously across social media and streaming sites live through our network. Contact us and let's chat about how we can help you develop your podcast and join the NOK team.
Hey, hi, my name is John Mark, aka Sublimator Warrior, and I would like to welcome you to Smoke Signal in Tyndinaga.
One dab make your whole dome drip sweat. One dab make the homies all dip set. One dab, only really need one dab. One dab.
Smoke Signal is a medical dispensary where you can get all your products and needs.
Start vaping a whole bunch. Might just start laying up the blunts. God. Ooey, ooey, gooey, that's a sticky dab. Sticky dab. Might just have to put this one on Instagram. Go and hold it in, feel it in your ribs.
So come and check us out in Tyndinaga. 55 Highway 49 in Tyndinaga. It's on the res, and we're open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week.
Tune in daily to NOK Network's diverse podcasting lineup. Ganja News Update, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern with Tara Simpson and Ron McNabb. Waking Up with the Wayniac, Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific with Tombstoner Wayne Cruz from Tombstone, Arizona. Grow 420, Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern with Ron McNabb. Psychedelic Reporters, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern with Hobbies Puppets and Tara Simpson. Peace, News and Views, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern with Sir Stevo and Kim Cooper. Thursdays we have Open Your Eye with Kim Cooper and Tara Simpson, 8 p.m. Eastern. Followed by Thursday Night Vibes at 9:15 p.m. Eastern with Master and Mama Rochi. The IWK 710 Daily Sesh airs 7 nights a week with our rotating joint hosts, nightly at 7 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for tuning in to all the podcasting on NOK Network.
Woohoo!
Now we get back to the show.
What is going on? Hey, you taking your back camera's a little lopsided here. Let me fix a few things while I'm at it, guys. Ah, much better. Much better. Does make it. No, it's not. Let's fix this thing so you guys don't have to see me all lopsided. Come on. We go. No, that's actually not any better. But it doesn't matter. I don't care. We're here hanging out, guys. You're with me today, and we're all right. Hopefully, you're having a good day in whatever you're doing. What are you doing? Hopefully, you're getting out and you're seeing the world around you. You know, this morning, realizing I'm falling behind. Am I falling behind? It's not that I'm falling behind. One of those, damn, when you're living a life and you're running around like a madman and you're trying to have so much fun, trying to get every second in, suddenly you realize, God, I fell behind. Meaning, containing things that I generally do. When I moved here, I was all about, let's dress up 1880s. Let's get out and see the world cowboy. Truth is that I'm still crazy about it. I still love it. Today's show is to dress up. I decided I'd come over here and say hello to my dear friends here and okay, anyone here that's hanging out with me for this fine day. Thank you very much. A lot of my stories are things that have happened to me in my life, whether it's been a wacky thing, meeting people, or moving to Tombstone, Arizona, and becoming a professional cowboy. I don't know. Kind of weird, huh? Well, let's kick this show off right. Wake up! You got me. Wake up, y'all. Now that you're hanging out with me and you're awake, I had some amazing coffee this morning. Well, starting on a little tale. Because, we talked about storytelling. We talked about why someone would be considered a storyteller. In ancient times and old times, we had something called the bard. The bard was your local storyteller. The bard was your local newsman. The bard was the local reporter. So what happened is the bard would be the one telling the news stories, no matter how small or how big the story was. Sometimes that tale could go on for days. I know, kind of crazy, huh? So the idea is that I was infatuated with the bard because the bard is a warrior class that actually is a storyteller and actually a fighter. So this is something that really turned me on. So I started doing my research into the bard, into the whole lifestyle. And as I started looking at it, I realized that there is so much cool stuff out there. Meaning, things that you can get into, things that you do, things that you do that could really start to motivate and get things happening. Okay, and you're talking in circles, but no, when you're getting out and you're seeing things differently, you're getting a different perspective. It changes the way that you do. This is why we argue with people. When we argue with people, we are trying to change people of our perspective. The whole idea is that it's a matter of perception over perspective. So with that being said, let's get started.
Well, there went my Uber.
In 1990, I worked in an industry that was rather questionable. I worked in an industry that had people definitely starting to question. When we question the things that we do in our sociological life, we have to then think, why are people doing this to each other? All right. So when we're doing things that we are doing for pleasure or for fun, but we're doing it because we want to and we're not being forced, this changes that whole, as I was just talking about, perspective thing. I worked in an industry that was rather wild, crazy, and pretty insulting at times. But with that being said, like most jobs, most businesses, I started in from the bottom floor. I started in as an assistant, the production assistant. I was the guy that would run and go pick up pizzas. I was the guy that would clean up the set, pick up towels. I was the guy that would help pick up heavy things and move it from point A to point B. Because the idea is that the professionals that have these job descriptions, they would want to just be able to start their job and like, here I am, let's go. So leave it to guys like me, the little worker bees, to pull together. I had a friend of mine that worked for Blockbuster Video. Do you remember Blockbuster Video? Those of you and my Canadian friends might not remember Blockbuster Video, but Blockbuster Video is a video rental production house that had nothing but videos that you could rent by the day or the week. You didn't buy them. At that time, a good friend of mine worked at Blockbuster Video. And a gentleman kept coming in on the repeat. And when he would come in on the repeat, he would have renting a movie. And the rental would be like $200 to $300. This is a rental movie. This is a dollar rental movie. This guy's paying big money. So when my friend told me about this guy who would come in and do this on the repeat, I was like, what do you do for a living, man? Find out what he does for a living. He's like, no, he does for a living, man. We're going to see.
Well, once again, here we are, being family and friends out here in Armador County, or I should say, Plymouth. Come on out, steampunks. That's right, you heard me right. Steampunks. I'm not really sure what it is, but it is. You should come out and see my friends. All my friends. Wild bunches of us. And remember, if you can't get it right and you don't want to do it right, you can join the Black Flag Gang, because there is only one way out of here.
So this guy would come in periodically and rent these for high dollars. And my friend thought it changed, so they finally asked the guy, got around to asking. And I do believe that that gentleman's passed on now. So, well. But my friend asked him, man, I gotta ask, you come in, you rent these movies, and you're spending high dollar for these movies, keep them for a month or so at a time. What is it you do for a living that you can afford to pay $2, $3, $500 for a rental? It was I make not big movies. My friend kind of laughed and he says, wait, you make naughty movies. Yes, like I'm a photographer. And my friend was like, you are joking. And he was not joking. The guy was definitely really, really, really far into the business. Now, at that time, 1994, this guy out of the National Fencing League, I started looking for a real job because that was my job up to that point, and I didn't know quite what to do with my life because if people weren't sending me rewards, I just didn't know what to do. So I ended up going and saying, "Hey, man, mom, dad want me to really get a job, so I need to get work. Will it stress for a few days at least to get money, and maybe my parents will back off me for a while." He kind of giggled for a bit. He's like, "That's funny that you asked that." I asked the same exact thing. I said, "You would really?" He's like, "I didn't." We kind of laughed about it because stuff like this doesn't happen in your life. And again, you live in Los Angeles, and you kind of live in an area where a lot of these people do they migrate to, and they work kind of. You do run into some strange people. So I'm not entirely shocked that we met this individual. All right, fast forward to about a week later.
What we have here, the GSX 7775. It reaches speeds beyond all magnificent speeds. It will get you to Night City in no time at all. That's right, if you order now. But just wait, there's a whole lot more.
What's going on, friends? Hello, all of you. Oh, I just got here to the comments. Hello, Kim. Hello, good day, good afternoon, Wayne. How are you doing? I am doing outstanding. Thank you, outstanding. I'm sorry about that. Thank you for asking. What is up, my good friend? I see you a lot, my friend. I see you sharing a lot. So thanks for keeping out there and the sharing army. Yeah, Blockbuster Video. Yes, they did. So you know what I'm talking about. They did like a 3 to 5 day rental. All right. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to mess up the whole thing. I honestly didn't. So he ends up calling us. He calls my friend and he's like, "Hey man, I could use you and your buddy if you got another buddy that come over like on a movie with us." And my friend's like, "Wow, really?" He's like, "Yeah, man, I'll pay you like $100 a day." So we both were like, "Ooh, $100 a day! Like, let's go. Let's go make some money." We drove out to this. We drove out to the industrial complex. I'll never forget. It was very, very odd because it was exposed storage unit. They had like 300 different units that were different sizes, and they would lock them. And it was closed. It was locked. I remember going and using the gate code and getting in. This is in Compton, of all places. So this is a area that like no one had my best interest in mind at all. So we ended up going around the back, and they're filming a movie back there. They got all the gear, all the lights, all the trucks, all the people running around. And at first, I was just thinking, all right, cool. This is the movie business. This is how it goes. And it is by how it goes, by the way. We had worked 16 hours that day. Some of the stuff that we did, it was very simple, all the way up to almost tasking. And the whole idea was, I fell in love. The whole idea of making movies was something that became a fascination that I couldn't sit by on the sidelines and watch anymore. Now, I was already a sword fighter, so I was already showing and demonstrating my sword fighting stuff to people. But I realized, man, I would love to be able to film some of my sword fights and make them look very wicked and accurate. So I started playing around the camera, and lo and behold, we ended up falling into the seamless world of on-the-job training of film school. Yeah, over 150 movies later, that's a lot of time sitting behind a lens, hitting the record and pause button. We started to realize that one friend, it wasn't accurate. Well, wrong word. Please forgive me. It wasn't enough work for him to take off and leave his blockbuster video job. So he did it kind of on the side for fun. I did it because all of a sudden jobs started picking up, started meeting more and more and more and more people. And as I started meeting more and more and more and more people, I started working with more and more people. And I started to go to different sets and start hanging out with different people and meeting different folks. Now, I know partially we as a society say that, when you do a certain job that has a fan base to it, it's almost like being a lawn guy where if you got a bunch of lawns, you'll always have work. Well, the fan base is cool. But somewhere around 20, odd nine, I think it was 2009, 2010, society took a turn. And the turn was the fact that they wanted to out pornographers or people that were doing such things. And, it became very difficult. It became super hush hush. The idea was it was so hush hush that a lot of us would go into hiding because, you didn't really want to, you didn't want to out yourself any worse than you already had been.
Here's an official 1800s bucking board, big wheel, 4x4 trailer. And you too can have the wildest ride. Check it out, Bluetooth, an official metal wheel. And you can pull along 2 horses, 3 horses, 4 horses. Here's an antique bucking board. This here would be your Ford truck in your, how would you say, your 4-wheel drive for all of us farm folks. Take a look. Well, back to my short hand here.
Hello, Bobby, stop it. When we started doing this job and started working, the work started really coming in, and I mean like a lot. I was working at basically. I would generally work. I started as an assistant, and I would generally work about 5 days out of the month. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're making all right money, it pays the nut. Then when I started playing with the camera and I started getting notoriety for doing that and started getting noticed for the shots that I was doing and the things that I was doing, then and only then were the changes that actually took place started to happen. These changes were that people started hiring me as a cameraman and I started working 10 to 15 days out of the month. 10 to 15 days out of the month means really good money, which means my wife and I were able to go out, party, live a lifestyle that we wanted for the remaining time of the month. Because the nut was paid, the rent was paid, the car was paid, all the things were paid. Well, now you're probably thinking, where is this story going? Well, the story's going to go to a pretty strange place because I end up meeting the guy who tells me, hey man, can you get bird seed? I'm like, bird seed? And he's like, yeah, bird seed. And I'm like, I don't get the whole bird seed thing. And because the whole birds, they're like, bird seed, you're feeding birds, it can work at the aviary. He's like, no, man, bird seed, weed. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I could do that for you. At the time, it was very much not legal, by the way. And this was all the days when you were meeting somebody to meet somebody whose cousin knew somebody, and you would get something, get a pinch, and give it off to somebody else. In my life of doing this, I never pinched. I never felt the need to pinch because I always knew that the product was so good that people were going to come back, and the money was good enough. So all of a sudden, at this point, I met a guy who was like, dude, you are so freaking cool. You're so much fun. You should probably come and hang out with me. And, we'll smoke some weed. And I decided I would go to South Central Los Angeles to go meet this guy and smoke some weed with him. Now, when I drove up to the house, at first I was a little confused because I thought I had the wrong address. Now, by the way, this is back when MapQuest was saying, so when you were actually writing all this down from a map onto a piece of paper so you could remember the directions to get to someone's place. I don't know if you guys remember that. Maybe. Well, at this point, I drive up to the house. As I'm driving down the street, I realize, man, I'm in a bad neighborhood. I see a bunch of homeboy cholos out there pumping iron in the driveway. And I'm like, man, I think I might have made a mistake. I pull up to the next house, and there's about 8 to 10 dudes out there all drinking beer, pumping iron. Some youngsters with boxing gloves out there, like duking it out in the yard. And I'm just like, I fucked up. And right when I think that, I go to turn around. I'm turning around in the street, doing like a big, 3-point turn in the street. As I'm turning, this dude comes running up to my car. Park. And I'm like, okay. It's like, dude, you want parking in front? I'll get you parking in front. And I'm like, no, it's cool. At this point, he gets on his little cell phone and he makes a phone call. Moments later, I see this little old lady come down from her apartment and moves her car in front of the whole place. He's like, you parking in the front. And I was like, did you just seriously move a little old lady so I get parking? And he's like, yeah, no, I did. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. Well, we start laughing about it, and oh well. Moral of the story, the little old lady was his mom. And I go in there, and his mom is chopping up ginormous blocks of hashish on the table. Now, when you say ginormous, I'm not talking ginormous. I'm talking ginormous, like loaves of bread of hashish. The house smelled amazing, and at first I thought, man, I think we could be getting in some deep trouble here. Oh boy! And at that point, I realized that I was hanging out with a bunch of wild maniacs. And you guys really were a bunch of wild maniacs. It's just like the idea behind what they were doing was they were there at the time. They were drug dealers, and that wasn't something that I was really interested in being a part of. But I was interested in hanging out, smoking pot. One of those wrong places, wrong time. All right. I might have lost you, but I'm back. At that point, I was hanging out. I am knee deep with a bunch of homeboys, cholos. I look around and I realize I'm at a party full of thugs, gangsters, and bad guys, which is not really the demographic that I'm part of. But I'm figuring that's okay. Next thing I know, his mom comes in and she starts talking to me. It's Guatemala, I think. I did not understand her, and I'm standing there going, dude, your mom's talking to me weird, and I don't get it. He's like, oh, man, my mom thinks you're hot. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, my mom thinks you're hot. I'm like, get out of here, man. That's weird. Well, moral of it is, I hang out with these guys, and I party like a rock star, make a little bit of money, turn around, and I leave. And about 3 days later, I'm at a bar of all places, a place in downtown LA with some friends of mine. I walk in, and there is this guy's mom, all diddy hoochie up in her finest wares. And all of a sudden, I realized at this point, the world is smaller than we even remotely think. At some point, you have to really worry. You're going to run into the same people everywhere you go. Well, yeah, then I moved to Tombstone.
What you're looking at right here is the 1827 one and only made Starlight Concrete, or actually made right here out of original Kobe chain. This here is one of the one and only two-speed, two-cycle. Get your lumber done. Hot, spun, ring out and done. Hang it up on the line, and just like that, you're clean. Like that, I break up a sweat and start getting swamp ass. And then suddenly you're wondering, what happened? And then I got to do my lawn. I digress. Y'all should come out and just see the way the picture down here in the coach. And it was sad that Big Nose Kate herself. Yes, that fine Romanian lady with the big mouth. She hung out here. Could you imagine what she's doing her laundry? I find on the good note that he was, get out of here with your once again, I digress. Remember, there's a fine line between Saturday night and Sunday morning. Good day, y'all. God bless and pass the ammo. Watching this guy down here turn around for a little bit now. He's probably figured out if he goes down the 80 any further that there's no turning around that it leads you to Bisbee. Then he realizes, man, I need to go. I can't tell. You know, there's a part of this show that I've been leaving out as of late. And now would be the time to share with you guys, because now would be the ideal situation. You know, my friends are going to a great event in April. And if you guys get a chance to check out the Irish Fest, it's going to be pretty cool. You know, I mean, God, I wish I could go, but at the moment, it ain't happening. But I'm going to do my own little thing for you guys. What I have here today is this beautiful Irish skateboard. You know, I don't see the love or the desire for it. Some other cowboy has it, and I did laugh. It's pretty good. Now, I'm down with the racing of stagecoaches. That I'm down. I do love my side-by-side, and I love driving that thing. I drive that thing more than I drive my own truck. But now back to business at hand. Boom, 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 boom. This company right here puts out a product that is absolutely amazing. The product is called Lights On. This is a sativa hybrid mix that is it's 70-40 split. Yeah, I think it is 70-40 split. I forgot whatever the math is. Limonene, persimmon, and myrcene. This thing is a blast to smoke. I smoked one yesterday, and I thought, hey, look at that. It's like a full gram in a spliff right there. That's a full gram. I like it. Oh, yum. Got a W in the filter, too. Yum. That tastes. Good. Okay. So this is one of those ones they were calling it. They were marking it out of stock. When they were marking it out of stock, they give you a good deal. They were giving like 2 of them for like $8 or something like that. Yum. So crazy. A spot went up for sale, and something that my wife and I were very interested in looking into. And it would change my life, but I decided that I do not want to sell everything I have, get rid of my life savings just to go into debt again. Just doesn't sound like fun, you know? I mean, I don't know.
Cochise Hotel. Established in the summer of 1897 or something in the whereabouts of.
If you're looking for a home in
This is a historic, registered landmark, maybe even a ghost town. Once this porch faced a major railroad and a shipping hub, where the pans of cattle and wagons and ore. Imagine the smell. Here rested on this, the front guest would sit on this here porch and take in the Arizona summer. Now, a private residence offering a unique bed and breakfast events, private parties, museum tours. Just remember, Team Franco has all your needs covered.
Wow. Wow. I'm buying more of these. Next time I see these there. Oh, I can't. This place is going out of business. I found a shop that I really, really, really enjoy. And it's going out of business. And it's something more than a corporate. You know, they're a corporate big wigs. The fact that their shop is not making enough money for the local area, and they're going to close. But it's a shop that has great quality, great quantity, has all the stuff that you possibly need, everything that you can need as far as, you know, the whole cannabis thing goes. And now they're closing it. It just shows you capitalism sucks, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. You know it does, but you don't need me to cut.
Promise I'll be kind of quiet. Oh, just let me do the talking. Oh, let him do the talking. Oh, shit, Winslow. Pardon me? No, I didn't point at you. I don't shoot my camera at my friends. Only the people that are in front of it that are meant to be in the front of it, not strangers. Unless you want to sign a waiver, I can have you sign a waiver and you can pay me $700 to put you in my video if you like.
No, you're making the video?
But $700 to get the video done.
How about if I can just watch you?
For $500 you can watch me. $700 you can be in it, you can even be a part of it. $500 you can watch. $350 you can. You have a nice day now. No, I didn't shoot him. Come on. Well, I get paid nothing. Well, looky here, y'all. Old Tombstone.
It never gets old. You know, it's funny. It never gets old. You know, as a performer, as a street performer, as a busker, or whatever the term that like, there are issues and times that are everlastingly overlapping. Now, and I mean that in the weirdest way only because there have been out here, I haven't run into too many people that know me from my past, but before I'd run into people that knew me from my past. You know, that past is quite colorful and it would catch up with us from time to time. The whole thing with it was that I learned epically, I learned a lot of information. I learned how to make movies. I learned how to deal with people. Learned to look at naked ladies. You know what? It really kind of opened my eyes to what I wanted to do and what I wanted to see because I was just interested in making money and creating and something that was simple that didn't require a whole lot of work, didn't have to go to college, And now to this day, when I'm shooting my camera and whatnot, people comment. It's only because of the hours that I logged in there that helped. That's all. For those of you who are still here watching, I can see all three of you, and I know who you are. Thank you so very much for hanging out with me this morning. And I hope the audio is okay. I hope you guys can hear me. I hope everything is good. We are live from Tombstone, my friends. That's right. We are hanging out. I know you right now. You're probably thinking this is not. You're probably thinking I nearly knocked everything over to my big ass feet. No, you're probably thinking this does not look like Tombstone to me, Mr. Wayne. You might be fibbing to us. Anyone who knows that I live here knows that no, it really is Tombstone. I can.
From saloon fights to outlaw flights, Lefty's rhythm fills the nights. He'll podcast till the break of dawn in Tombstone. The past reborn, Wayniac, Lefty keep blazing free. Hate, hoot, hunter spirit in modern spree. Spins old yarns in stormy haze. Tombstone nights and Cali days.
Look at that. That ash running right there. Guys, thanks for hanging out all the way to the very end. Hopefully you have a beautiful day and hopefully everything's going as planned. We got a few more minutes here, so, I'm going to find something to babble about while I babble to you. Let me say that this was one of the best joints that I have pre-rolled that I purchased. This is holy crap! This is amazing. That's some serious stuff in the dirt right there. Yikes! I love it. I love it. Fast forward to 2016. 2016, I was hired to work on a project that was only going to be a few days. It is, I was being brought on as a second DP, which means a second cameraman. And I was always also being brought on for any of the outside stuff that you see. When you see cars driving, actors walking, it's called B-roll. That was me. I was the guy responsible for shooting that. Well, funny thing is, I come to find out that the DP that was hired to shoot the movie didn't show up. Director of photography, for those of you who are like, excuse me. So when he didn't show up, they needed to hire somebody, and instead, which was really cool, a friend of mine goes, "Hey man, why don't you let Wayne shoot it?" And the director was like, "I've never had him shot before. Don't really know what he does. I don't know, man. We're gonna call someone that we know." And I didn't know this was going on. And next thing you know, I got a guy coming out going, "Hey Wayne, you think you could shoot this movie?" And I was like, "Oh, what? Yeah, if I had the right equipment." And I had a right camera tech, the tech, which is someone who watches your camera monitor, so when you're shooting, everything's clean and your audio. So man, if I had a good tech, I could do this all day. And my friend's like, "Oh, okay, cool." And I went out to the lunchroom. I'm sitting there with some people talking. We're laughing. We're having fun. In comes this big old, shiny shoed, long tied producer guy, with his rocker mullet. He comes in. He's like, "Hey, Wayne, we need to talk." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Oh man, I probably they're gonna ask me to leave." Well, I hope not. And I decided at this point, I'm gonna go in there with the biggest chip on the shoulder because I want them to remember why they hired me. So I walk in there and I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" And he's like, massaging my shoulders. I'm like, "I'm ready. I'm ready. How many sick days have I taken? How many days have I called out?" I'm thinking in my head, all of a sudden, the person goes, "Hey, man, you want to shoot this movie for me?" And I'm like, "Excuse me?" He's like, "I'll pay you this much to shoot this movie." And that's everything. And I thought, everything? What do you mean by everything? And he's like, soft, hard, A and B camera. Now, my first thought was, here's the break I needed. Here is the break I needed to get into business that people would know who I am. People would get to see my work. It's also at that moment that I realized they wanted to pay me a little bit of money to do a lot of work that'd be normally two people. And I said, "No, man, you know what? I don't feel quite right with that because I feel like it's a lot of work for one guy to do. Um, I can do it. The problem is it's going to take a little bit longer and you should have another guy." And he says, "Well, what if I pay you double?" And I said, "Well, then, we can do this." He ended up paying me double for the day. We ended up working like a 16, 17-hour day. We shot about 6 different scenes with a bunch of exterior stuff, a bunch of car stuff, and some rooftop stuff. And the moral of the story is that, yeah, that was the gig that pushed me up over the top and got me shooting camera professionally for a whole bunch of people. Now, fast forward now to 2026 right now, or 25. Sorry about that. 2025. Fast forward here, moving to Tombstone, and my thought was, this isn't what I need to do anymore. It's not what I want to do anymore. Well, as I get here, I start filming, making my own things, getting on the NOK network. I suddenly realized that this is the way to do it. I suddenly realized with content, the way to get my friends to see my stuff, being fully vigilant in it, getting it out there on the day-to-day. Now, with that being said, I'd like to definitely say thank you to my friends, my followers, and my watchers, and my viewers, and my stalkers, because without you, I couldn't get this stuff out. I'm having issues with Facebook right now, and Facebook does not want to share me to the algorithm. So basically, to go live, it's the NOK network right here, and it's anyone who has the guts to share me. Thank you so very much. I do appreciate it. It means a lot. And then when you think about this, it puts this edge on what you're doing, because every time you put something out, you're wondering, God, man, is this going to get blocked? Is this even going to get seen? Is this even going to make a difference in anybody's day-to-day when they're watching a video? And the thing is that I don't know if it does or not. I don't know the answer to that. But what I will say to you is thank you. I thank the Four Winds for giving me the opportunity to have a place for you guys to see my content. If you like more content, take two. If you like more content like this, you can find it here on the NOK, and you can also find it on my page, Keeping It Green and Bong Hit Time 420. And you can also find it in plenty other places. This content will be floating around because I do have friends that are helping me. And you can share it too. Remember, there's whole bunches of people that are doing the same exact thing, and without us, man, it'd be kind of a boring session on here, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would. So let's get ready to bowl out of here, because I got things to do. I got places to go. I got guns to go shoot. I got a beautiful wife to go hang out with. And I do appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate why we get to do this. Because I got to think. Without you guys, I would be up here alone, and that would be pretty freaking boring. So every time that I come up here and I kind of talk to whether it's 2 of you, 6 of you, 10 of you, or 40 of you, I try to be grateful, knowing that I got something out there, someone out there. So thank you very much. Because there are people out there that don't have this feeling and don't feel all the love, and you guys are definitely good at that. I got some stories that I'm working on right now that are pre-recorded stories. They are an in-depth 55-minute story that I will be playing. Those are going to be for some pre-recorded shows. I will have more content set up. I will be ready for the future. I'm in the middle of setting up a new studio. I'm building a whole new studio right now. So, things are going to be a little indifferente. Until then, all we can do is stay strong, right? That's what they keep telling us. Stay strong, stay vigilant, and drink your coffee, and eat your vegetables and your greens, and treat your neighbor with love and respect. Those are the things that they want us to know. On the IWK, you can see daily sesh. You can see lots of different people have lots of different fun, talk about lots of different things. Everything from psychedelics all the way up to modern news to everything live.
Bong Hit Time, it's Bong Hit Time. Don't you just know Bong Hit Time? It's Bong Hit Time, it's Bong Hit Time. Everyone loves Bong Hit Time. Bong Hit Time, it's Bong Hit Time. Don't you just know Bong Hit Time? It's Bong Hit Time, it's Bong Hit Time. Everyone loves Bong Hit Time.
Tune in daily to NOK Network's diverse podcasting lineup. Ganja News Update, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern with Tara Simpson and Ron McNabb. Waking Up with the Wayniac, Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific with Tombstoner Wayne Cruz from Tombstone, Arizona. Grow 420, Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern with Ron McNabb. Psychedelic Reporters, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern with Hobbies Puppets and Tara Simpson. Peace, News and Views, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern with Sir Stevo and Kim Cooper. Thursdays we have Open Your Eye with Kim Cooper and Tara Simpson. 8 p.m. Eastern, followed by Thursday Night Vibes at 9:15 p.m. Eastern with Master and Mama Rochi. The IWK 710 Daily Sesh airs 7 nights a week with our rotating joint hosts nightly at 7 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for tuning in to all the podcasting on NOK Network.
You did come back. I thought I might have lost you. Yeah, they're a necessity. You know, sometimes commercials can be that thing. You notice how they turn them up really loud when you're watching the ball game? You ever wondered how they even get on there? Got these big pharmacy companies. You don't see a whole lot of their stuff. They're making millions of dollars. Every once in a while, you'll see that paid for ad. That like if you have runny nose, blah 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 blah. That illness. Yeah. Those commercials alone take up more teletime, or that's called telecom time, than most. There's commercials that are actually paid for. Man, I absolutely love it out here. You know, it never gets old. Absolutely, look at that. It never gets old. I live somewhere out there, but I always come out here because it makes me kind of mindful of what I have. It really does. It makes me aware that I have a beautiful desert right around me. And we could lose it if we don't take care of it. So, you know, we try to clean up as we go, take care of it so we can each get to share it the way we want to share it in a loving, beautiful way. It is desert after all, in its unforgiving nature. Most people go, but it's the desert, it's so ugly. It's like, really? I mean, it's perspective. Did we talk about that earlier? I think we did. Perspective, my friends, perspective. Hey! And the beat goes on. Everybody does, but you know, hopefully your day gets lots of fun and you do more. Get out and do something. Get out and get the sun on your back. You know, even if you're in a freezing area, get outside for a moment where you can feel the sun at your back. It does make a complete difference. You know?
I am so sorry about that, my friends. I hit the wrong button, and next thing I know, we are out in another world. So for that, I'm going to make it up to you because I do feel really bad that you guys got lost in the wreckage of the cosmos. I do want to say, please forgive me. It's been a 55-minute voyage here on the NOK. Thank you, and once again, I like doing it with you guys.
Discover the treasure trove of flavors at Miss Jolly's Munchie Factory. Satisfy your cravings with our award-winning treats. Follow us on Instagram at Captain Rogers 705. Let Miss Jolly's Munchie Factory lift your spirits. Experience the comforting embrace of our freshly prepared soups and infused cornbread.
Are you frantically ponding away on your keyboard these days? To discuss your views, share your passions, teach a skill, or share a craft to the masses on social media, podcasting is a bright light that can help you reach a diverse audience. And the NOK Network can help. Even if you have no experience, NOK Network will work with you to develop your content to air on our diverse network to reach a wide audience, allowing us to grow together. Podcasts are aired on multiple platforms simultaneously across social media and streaming sites live through our network. Contact us and let's chat about how we can help you develop your podcast and join the NOK team.
Throughout the years, I've been able to witness friends having babies, people getting married, the death of people. I got to witness a lot over the years. And over the years that I've been doing all this that I've been doing, I am always grateful that I have friends, I have family. You know, as I sit here and say thank you to you for my final day, I want you guys to know something. It's true. Y'all do absolutely matter. Have a good day. Keep rocking.